All right, people. Welcome to another Sports Focus. I am your host, John McNeil. As last week, I start the show and it start off laughing, but it's not that bad this week. Once again, Mr. Jeffrey McIntosh.
Nice to see you, Mr. O'Neill.
Right? And Mr. Austin. How you doing, young man?
Doing good.
All right, all right. Now, I know this is something you're very interested in, the NBA All-Star Game in New Orleans. Now, you didn't get up and watch that one too tough.
No.
Now, you did, though.
Yeah.
What did you think of the whole, first, the three-point shooting? I know Marco Benelli, he hit the three-pointer, and John Wall.
Yeah.
What did you think of his dunk? He was the dunker of the night.
Tell the truth, I didn't watch the three-point contest. Heard about it. Heard it got interesting at the end. So good. Slam dunk contest. Interesting in the point. West, they had two good dunks. East won it. What they need to change the format because he had three dunkers, like John Wall, Paul George, and Terrence Ross. They both beat their competition. But what got confused, I was sitting in bed watching. I'm like, it's going to be a final round dunk off to see what is winner. No, fans vote best dunk of the night. All three wins.
So wait a minute now. It's not the traditional three judges no more. Were they there or?
It was three judges. You had, I think it was.
I know I saw Dr. J, Magic, and Dominique.
Yeah.
They didn't judge on anything.
They just voted who was better, East or West, and they just picked East. It was basically a competition, not mano-a-mano.
Oh.
Which I was okay with until you got, like, basically the whole East wins and just, you get no final. You get nobody one-on-one.
Oh, I think they need to do something about that one.
It was all good. They just need that 1-versus-1 dunk off.
Oh. Yeah, they need to. I understand.
So then they fight it out. Yeah.
Yeah, they basically broke it up from conference and East and West and had them go at it like that instead of, okay, this guy versus this guy.
Because the East had the best two dunkers. Terrence Ross could have probably bought something out, but John Wall, they said his dunk wasn't good, but he caught it, brought it back down, then slammed it back.
Yeah, that's the one, John Wall. He jumped over someone, took the ball from the guy that was standing or sitting?
He was standing up.
The guy standing.
He got it, brought it back down, then slammed it right there. I knew John Wall could do that. I was waiting for him to get in a dunk contest.
Come on now.
Paul George, he did like a little Vince Carter between the legs, reverse 360.
Actually, he should have saved that dunk he did for that game where that sick dunk he did, but he can't do that twice. But also, during this game, the All-Star game itself, a lot of records were set. Most combined points, no defense whatsoever. Chuck Daly is turning over in his grave. 318 points.
What?
Combined. 163 by the East. The most field goals made by a one player, Blake Griffin, 19.
Alley-oop.
Yeah, he was crazy. Wow. Most combined 3-point field goals made, 30. Now Carmelo had 8
threes.
8 threes. That was a record. And the most combined field goals made, guess how many? 135. And also the most combined assists. And also, I don't know if you noticed. You didn't even watch the game.
I ain't watched the game. I don't care.
The first, Violet Palmer, the first female official.
Yeah, I seen it.
To official any All-Star game in any sport.
Really?
She's the first, 2014.
Well,
it took 2014 for that to happen.
Are we going to talk about the first arena football?
No, we ain't going to talk about that. Just talk about that damn foolishness.
Who watched arena football?
But congrats to her.
She got popped, though.
Yeah, congrats to her. Violet Palmer.
Okay.
Keeping it real. Now, one of the moments, I don't know if you saw this, but you missed this one. My favorite moment of the whole All-Star game was, I think at halftime, they gave a celebration, congratulations to Bill Russell.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I ain't watched.
But you ain't hear about it.
No.
Yeah, I think it was his birthday.
It was his birthday, and it was one of the most coolest things as a sports fan you ever want to see. You had all these young players going up to Bill Russell like they was. You know what it looked like? It looked like You remember Malcolm X? You remember when Malcolm finally met Elijah? That look of like, oh my God, this is Elijah. They was in this awe. Or it could have just been like, who in the hell is this dude? Oh, they told us to go say hi. And they was all like, it was like this. They was just like, oh man. And Bill, it was amazing to see. And
Bill enjoying himself.
he was just standing there like, who the hell is this? Who is this? Oh, yep, young man. Boom, boom. It was real cool to see. So Bill,
He knew a few of them.
yeah, I'm sure he did. But I'm sure a lot of them young men, they was like, who is this dude?
Yeah.
They probably knew his name. They didn't know what he did.
Until somebody looked it up.
And until they looked it up, got on their phone, and it was like, oh, Bill Russell got 11 rings and all this stuff. But that was probably my favorite part of the whole All-Star thing. Now, they started some talk about Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
They said the Mount Rushmore of the NBA. I'm just going to tell you my 4, and then we can talk about it if you got any disagreements. Now, Mount Rushmore, you have 4 presidents. You got to put 4 players up. I'm putting Bill Russell, Dr. J, Julius Erving, Michael Jordan, that's with an asterisk, and Magic Johnson. I say Michael Jordan with an asterisk because I don't really like Michael Jordan. It's crazy, but
He was too hungry for you?
I just don't like the dude. I don't like what he represented as far as culturally. Because you remember at the time, Michael Jordan was the top athlete across the board.
Did not say nothing.
And just sort of
kept neutral and all the different things that happened in the world.
He just, whatever came up, he just, okay, yep.
Yeah, I remember that.
But as on the court, I give him everything because you cannot deny his ability and his talent.
True that.
Yeah.
What do you think of that top 4 there?
If you're going to take a person out, I'll take Michael Jordan, put Oscar Robertson in place. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, you got a thing with Oscar Robertson.
The big O. He was a hybrid of all players.
Yeah. How tall was it? 6'5"?
6'5", and he could dribble, he could shoot, he could rebound, he could pass.
Well, then, what about Magic?
Magic came after him.
But Magic was 6'8".
Yeah.
That's why he's kind of remind me of Durant with the dribble and all.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting because you can't put LeBron there because he haven't finished yet.
And that's what bothers me about this whole Mount Rushmore talk. They're already putting him there.
You can't put him there.
You can't put him there
LeBron,
now.
He's pretty huge in the advertisement world. He's massive.
He is the Michael Jordan of right now.
You can
as far as if you're gonna say NBA, you're gonna start with LeBron.
Then Durant.
And then go down the list.
Okay, but then you look at other players that could go on that Mount Rushmore. You could put Elijah on that Mount Rushmore.
Yes, he was one of my favorites.
Well, it's 4 presidents. Doesn't the basketball team, the starting 5 at 5?
Yeah.
It's kind of unfair.
It is. And I must say, Kobe said it best. It is kind of ridiculous to pick 4 players, 5, whatever. It is kind of ridiculous. But we just gonna do it anyway.
Well, top 5. If you gotta do the top 5, you gotta look for each position.
I had to do it by position.
Each position. The best center. Okay, that's Bill Russell.
Best center. We're gonna go down the line. Best center.
Bill Russell.
Best center.
Bill Russell.
For me, I would take Shaq.
Yeah, elbows of death.
And I have to put Mr. Russell at power forward or something.
Oh, you talking about but as he played the position he played in, I have to put Russell in that position he played in.
I have to go with the big man.
Elbows of death.
I have to take Shaq because of that.
Okay, but then if I take
7-2 run, physical.
Okay, but then again, if you remember Shaq when he was younger against Elijah used to eat him up all day, all night.
That was when he was young, and I'm sure if they played a rematch, it would have been a different story. He gave Olajuwon a little bit too much respect, and he admitted that. He gave him a little bit too much respect on that one. That's why Olajuwon took advantage of him.
Okay.
Power forward. You already know my power forward, Bill Russell.
Wow, that's a bit interesting. Karl Malone.
The mailman.
The one that wears like a medium.
He was a big. He was.
You seen him in All-Star, but it's medium. It's a medium. It was skin tight.
Either that or I would give it to, I don't know. It's hard to pick a power forward, a strong power forward.
I would have to go to mine nowadays. Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan is a good choice.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan is an excellent choice. I know I had Bill Russell.
Small forward.
Small forward.
That's lit because that could be either Michael or Magic because they play in between no thing. They play at swing position.
I'll have Magic at my shooting guard. Not Magic, I'm Michael.
Mighton as a shooting.
Yeah.
You got anybody as a small forward?
Small forward. Probably Dr. J. How tall is Dr. J?
Around that 6'6".
Yeah, 6'6". He plays small forward.
Dr. J. You gotta have Dr. J.
Okay, I give
me Dr. J, because you probably saw Dr. J ABA.
Yeah.
I saw Dr. J towards the tail end of his career, so I just watched the story, the video and all that other stuff. But Dr. J, that's why Dr. J's on my Mount Rushmore, because you talking about a guy, he was pretty much like a Michael Jordan, would dunk on anybody, then could shoot the ball.
He could shoot the
defense.
But see, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Power forward.
And he had the best afro in the league.
Oh, God. Now you're thinking about 76ers. Now the 76ers, who there was, you had Chocolate Thunder.
Daryl Dawkins.
You had Maurice Cheeks.
Bobby Jones. Mo Cheeks.
And
Andrew Toney.
And I forgot his other name.
I know this is way before my man's time right here.
Oh, man.
We talking about stuff, and he was like,
yeah, see,
you might as well give me my phone.
If you look at, I mean, it's a mix because you have so many different players that do different things. Like, if you talk about pure shooter, the most pure shooter they ever had was George Gervin, Iceman.
Yes.
He was the most pure shooter. I saw him shoot a shot almost falling down. He was laying on his back, he shot up and made the shot. I was like, huh, what? Really? He was that type of shooter. You couldn't stop him.
We talked about that Rushmore thing. I was a little, because I have a little thing for Larry Bird.
Larry Bird light people up. He was
and he was the most trash talking dude on probably in the Hall of Fame.
And he played small forward. He was a small forward.
What would be your point guard?
That's tough to take some point guard. My point guard is Magic.
I take AI.
Who?
Allen Iverson.
No, I had to
Allen Iverson.
I had to take
You can't, man.
I'm sorry, but I had to take
Big O.
Big O. He was a point guard.
I got a little thing for Larry Bird. Now, when I was growing up, I could not stand Larry Bird with a passion because I felt, this is just how I felt back then. I felt Boston was just racist as all hell, and they hated, whoever that, wasn't them. But as I got older, I was like, man, Larry Bird was the jump.
The funny thing, you would think they were racist, but they really wasn't because they had so many blacks on their team throughout the year. They had so many blacks.
If it wasn't for Red Auerbach, he changed that whole thing up there. And
he had so many blacks. So you think about Bill Russell, you think about all the different blacks he had on the team because you say, hey, I want this person. He got that person he wanted.
Yeah. Well, in the continuing weeks, we're going to keep doing these Mount Rushmores of different sports. And the final is going to be the Mount Rushmore of sports.
Ooh.
That's something that's something to debate and that's something to think about. Folks, that's all the time I have for you. Thank you, Mr. McIntosh. Thank you, Austin. And thank you, Mr. McIntosh. Thank you, Mr. McIntosh. Folks, that's all the time I got for you. Peace.